Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. Today's reading is titled, What Are People Realizing About You? This is going to be a podcast style reading, so you won't be seeing my face, but you will hear my voice. I have three piles for you to pick from today, and remember, you are welcome to pick more than one, but just please pick using your intuition. I'm going to give you all a second to pick, and then we're going to go ahead and get started with our reading. Alrighty, we're going to go ahead and get started with pile number one. So pile number one, I feel like people are realizing that you are going to be successful with and without their belief in you. I feel like you've dealt with lots of naysayers, pile number one, people that just didn't believe in you because they felt like whatever dream you had was just so impossible, but it's something that you've cultivated and created in your own life. So you've proven them wrong with the existence of your success. I feel like you had people laughing at you, you had people mocking you, and that is why they're getting their karma. Because you could have had people literally trying to like sabotage your plans just because they don't believe in themselves. So what I'm getting here, pile number one, is that you could have been dealing with people who projected their limitations onto you. So if they felt like they weren't capable of greatness and achieving success, then they projected that same belief onto other people. So I feel like people didn't see you for who you were because they were seeing themselves through you by projecting onto you something that you never were. And they're realizing that success is possible. Okay, I feel like you taught these people that, okay? So let's get into these cards. I feel like you have a loving heart, pile number one. I feel like you move with pure intentions. You move with pure intentions. Okay. Get these cards. Okay. I'm shuffling it all, by the way. I usually have them pre-shuffled, but I just want to do something different. Okay. Okay, so the first card that we got here is the Tower card. I feel like these people have experienced a tower moment in their lives for how they treated you. I feel like, let me get some water real quick. Okay. Wait, sorry about that. File number one. But I feel like these people have gotten a reality check because these could have been people who were so invested in seeing you fail. So it's like now they're receiving their karma because they spent so much time trying to stop you when they could have been focusing on their own life. They could have been focusing on what they needed for themselves and taking care of themselves, but instead they dedicated their time to watching you. So this could have been people that were like gang stalking you, like on social media, keeping up with you because they felt like by keeping up with you and knowing your plans, they could throw a wrench in them. But it never happened because pile number one, you are destined to be successful. So no matter what these people do, nothing can taint that success. So pile number one, what are people realizing? They're realizing that they can't taint your success. Nothing that they, not even slandering your character, because I feel like these people try to do that as well. Like they use gossip to try to weaken your self-esteem because words can hurt. I know people say that, oh, it doesn't matter, but like words can hurt. So when a person wants to destroy you, they're usually going to go for your character. And they know that by doing that, it's going to weaken your self-esteem, but it didn't happen for you because you have a lot of emotional and mental strength. That's what these people are realizing, pile number one. The next card we have is the Six of Wands. So you are in your winning season. That's what these people are realizing. Like you are in your winning season. You are getting your blessings for all the hard work you put in. And I feel like this is a long time coming, pile number one. I feel like this was a goal you were working on for a very long time here. And it's something that has finally come into fruition. And it's shutting the mouths of everybody who ever doubted you because good things come to those who wait. The next card that we have is the Wheel of Fortune. So it's like fate was in your hands, okay? It's like you were at the right place at the right time. That's what I'm getting here. It's like there's so much abundance coming towards you because I feel like you changed the way that you perceived yourself, because a lot of times our internal world determines our external world. So because you went within and you started loving yourself and appreciating yourself and tapping into your gifts and your talents, you were able to cultivate this fate to change in your favor here, okay? So that's what people are realizing, that, fate is working out for you, but also people are realizing that you have God on your side. I feel like pile number one, you really could have felt like God forgot about you, but God was just trying to get certain people out the way so that you can receive these blessings. And sometimes that's what happens. Like there can be people in your life or just people around you that block your blessings. And excuse me, y'all. Every time I do readings, it's like I'm burping. Like that's how I know that the messages are divinely channeled, because it happens every time. Even if I don't drink like any soda, like I'm still like burping. Excuse that. But anyways, pile number one. Yeah, like this is very much giving the energy of like you coming from like an environment of closed-minded individuals. I feel like you stood out in your environment, pile number one, because you always believed in yourself. You always believed in yourself. And an energy that I'm picking up is Michael B. Jordan, and he is an actor. And when he was younger, he used to get bullied because people didn't believe that he was going to be an actor. He kept saying it, he kept affirming it, he wrote it down, and he made sure to tap more into his gift and grow it over the years, by going to school for it. So it's like he manifested that. And it's the same thing with you, pal number one. You have manifested your dream life because you believed in yourself and you knew that was your vision. You believed in your vision, like pal number one. Even when people couldn't see your vision, you still believed in it. Okay. You still believed in yourself. That's what people are realizing. You have a lot of faith in God and a lot of faith in yourself, pal number one. The moon is here. So people are realizing that you're somebody who's emotionally mature. I feel like you didn't really react to the situation, because I'm getting here, pile number one, for you, that this is given like a group of people. It's definitely given a group of people here. And it's like you didn't react to these mind games. I feel like you blocked all these people. You cut off all contact so they can't even see what your life is looking like. But I feel like you still have those few that are like, those people that are really nosy, that they have to make like a burner account to see you. Like you may still have something like that. But I feel like because not only are you emotionally intelligent, pal number one, you're also somebody who is highly intuitive. So you can tell just by the account who it is. And even if you don't, like, this must be somebody from the past, so let me block them. So you're pretty good about, figuring out who's not supposed to be like on your social media. So you might get certain friend requests and you're like, I already know who this is, and you block them, okay? You might be a Libra, pile number one. That's coming up. You might be a Libra. But yeah, people are realizing that, they don't have access to you anymore. Okay. These are people that could have always seen what you were doing, but now they can't. Okay. I feel like they can't even say anything, pal number one. Like the energy I get from these people is speechless, because you've manifested so many beautiful blessings for yourself and then some. And it's making these people realize, like, what if I was thinking about the things I wanted? Would I have what I have? Like you have them reevaluating their life, pal number one, because they spent so much time trying to antagonize you when they could have just been focusing on their goals and their dreams and what they want in this life. So I feel like you've helped them to understand that they can cultivate the life that they want, okay? All right, let's see what else they're realizing. Protection. Okay, so pile number one, God does not play about you. Okay, you are protected. They're realizing this because they're getting their karma. And this is the thing about you, pile number one. It's like if a person speaks on you, it seems like something bad happens to them, especially when they're speaking on you negatively and consistently. It's like this is what can happen. They could have like a cute outfit on, right? And they're out to eat and they're gossiping about you, their drink will fall all over them, right? And it'll scare people because they would have just mentioned you. And it's like after they mention you, something happened to them. This person could have even broke a nail. Somebody could have broke a nail, you know? Somebody could have like lost their wallet while talking about you and had to get new cards. Like it's stuff like that, or somebody could have cracked their phone. It's like God does not play about you because those are the warning signs to keep your name out of their mouth. God is like that, like, quit playing, you know? And some people don't realize that they'll keep doing it. And it's like now, pile number one, they've realized that they shouldn't have your name in their mouth. Okay. They're realizing how protected you are and favored you are by God. Okay. Oh, the next card we have is miracles. Okay, so the way that you were able to conjure these blessings, it's almost like magic to these people. So they're realizing that you're somebody who's very powerful, somebody who's very magical here. Okay, that's what they're realizing. They're realizing that miracles are real because of you, pile number one. Purification. Okay, they have this beautiful sunflower. And it's contrasting with the moon because the sunflower to me still represents the sun. So it's like people are realizing that you have this balance and you have the balance between the femininity and the masculinity. And it really helps you, especially when you're manifesting, because you can easily get in your feminine energy so that you can receive and then get in your masculine energy so that you can create and produce to receive. Okay. That's what they're realizing. You also have a very warm and fuzzy personality. Like you have a loving heart here. They're realizing this. I feel like they hear about you through the grapevine, pile number one, and they hear about all the good things you've done. And it just makes them feel bad because a lot of these people spoke on you and they didn't even know you like that. These could have been people who really didn't even know you like that, okay? And thought they did. And that's to me, that's the craziest thing. Like, how does a group of people out of nowhere come against one person? That's how you know you're powerful, pile number one. Especially because I feel like you're somebody who minds their business. Purity. You have a pure heart. We got purification and purity. You have a pure heart. You move with pure intentions. That's what people are realizing because you never try to throw a wrench in their plans. And then when these people were talking about you, you didn't go around talking about them back. You just literally let the situation be because you knew that these people were emotionally immature. Okay. I feel like pile number one, you're somebody who's not into drama and bullshit, you know? Happiness. You got the happiness card. People are realizing that you're happy. You're living the life you've always wanted to live. You're driving your dream car. You know, you're with a person that loves you and cares about you. Like you're very blessed and they see that. They see that you're happy, okay? And it makes them feel some type of way because they realize that this is what I could have been doing for myself. But I wanted to be petty and start drama. Like these people are having to really be introspective, okay? They're realizing through you that they should have been focusing on their own goals. And now some of them are. They're realizing that it's important to create a life that you love and not to just live life being miserable and being okay with that. Okay. You helping these people found number one. Your life is an example of what it means to believe in yourself. Okay. We have the pleasure card. Yeah. It's like you just get to chill, pile number one, and live a life of luxury because I feel like you're somebody who has worked so hard for what they have. Like this could have been years. You could have a business here, and this business, you know, it took years for it to really get off the ground here, you know. It could be a business, you know. You could also have like a social media platform as well, you know. There's something that you have done and worked on for years. It could be a YouTube channel and you finally reached like the subscriber count you want. Like take what resonates because there's different messages here, but overall there's something that you worked hard for that you're finally reaping the harvest of, you know? You've planted the seeds and now you can finally eat the fruit, you know? What are they realizing? Going forward, yeah, they're realizing that you're moving on. You're not holding on to the past. You're not holding grudges. I feel like a lot of you are just in a space of like, I'm in my soft girl era. Like that's what I'm hearing for you. Like you're not tripping on what happened in the past. Like you're so blessed that you're so grateful. And that's what people are realizing that you have a lot of gratitude. You live your life with a lot of gratitude and you live your life with a lot of peace because you're not overly concerned with like what people are doing, what they think of you. Like you literally focus on your goals. Like, and you know, God is there for you while you do this, you know. What do people realize about accountable? Neptune. Didn't I say you inspire others? Because it literally says that. But also with Neptune being here, people are realizing that they had an illusion on you. Like it was really them seeing themselves. It wasn't truly you. So now these people see how much of an amazing and special person you are, but they didn't even treat you like that because they were too busy fighting themselves through you. Okay, that's what they're realizing. The ninth house. So they're realizing here that you're somebody with spiritual values, you being connected to God. You're also somebody that's very wise here. Virgo. Yeah, they realize that you're somebody who takes good care of themselves. That's what they're realizing. You take good care of yourself with Virgo. You're a bit of a perfectionist here, but also you're healing from what they put you through. Because what I'm getting for you, kind of one, is like you could have went through people like turning against you, going in these groups, and I feel like you were like perplexed because you're like, I'm confused, but really all that was jealousy. Excuse me. I don't think some people realize like their behaviors literally stem from jealousy. Like some people can be so unaware of what they're doing to people and not even realizing that you don't even deserve that, you know? So that's what they're realizing here, that you didn't deserve how they treated you. And I feel like it made you become like more of a recluse, kind of the one like you're somebody who's more to yourself now because you've had such traumatic experiences with friend groups. Like I'm strongly getting that this is a friend group, okay? This is a friend group. You have Scorpio, so they're realizing that you have transformed. You didn't allow the situation in the past to be your final destination. You didn't allow that situation to break you down, but instead it helped you to transform into the person that you wanted to be. And also, we have something here about prayer, the power of prayer. So people are realizing that when you pray to God, God answers you. Found number one, because the way that their life ends up after they treat you. Aquarius, yes. So this definitely is like friends, because you know Aquarius represents the 11th house, our circle of friends. So this was definitely friends, but I get that people are also realizing that you're very authentic. Like you're somebody who's not going to fake the funk. Like you do things that you want to do because you feel in your heart that you need to do them. You don't do them because it's a trend, okay? But I feel like you set the trends. Second house. So people are realizing pound number one that you're in your bag, honey. Like you're making money, you're in your winning season, like you're taking care of yourself, you're taking yourself out to eat more. You know, you're somebody who's, you know, you could be traveling. People aren't realizing that you're traveling, you're going on vacation, and you're just living your best life. Pound number one, that's what people are realizing about you. Like you're just living your best life. You're not worried about people. You're not judging people. I feel like you're forgiving more and more each day because I feel like forgiveness is something you may have struggled with, but I feel like you understand that we're all souls having a human experience, you know? So it's like nothing is really even personal because we're all here to learn from each other. But yeah, pile number one, that is what people are realizing about you, okay? Thank you for coming to this reading. Mwah. Okay, pile number two. What are people realizing about you? So people are realizing that you're a popular loner, pile number two. I feel like you're somebody who does not mind. Like, you know what I'm hearing? Confidently Lost by Sabrina Claudio. And in the song, there's a line when she says, I'm alone, but I'm not lonely. And I feel like that's very much you. Like you spend time by yourself and your energy is very similar to pile number one, pile number two, because you stay to yourself because you know people are drama filled and you're big on protecting your energy. Pile number two, because you understand like the way that energy can affect you. You understand how other people's energy and outside energy can throw off your balance. Okay. And I feel like you might be a Virgo, pile number two, or it's just heavy Pisces energy, heavy 12th house energy, because there's a quote by Beyonce just coming up, and she was saying that, you know, her authenticity, I'm not quoting this like actually as it was, it's going to be like verbatim, I'm going to paraphrase, but she was saying like, who she really is, her authenticity, like, and that warm side of her, like that's only reserved for the people that she loves and cares about and trust. Keyword trust. So I feel like pile number two, people are realizing like you don't trust everybody. You don't let people in like that, you know? You're very selective. Pile number two, people are realizing that you're selective with who you have in your life, because you know how people are. We have the Ace of Cups. You pour into yourself. People are realizing that, you love yourself, you value yourself. You're somebody who takes yourself to the dentist. You go and get these doctor checkups regularly, like you take care of yourself. You go and buy your groceries, you go for a walk in the park, you go to the gym. Like you do think these things alone, and it doesn't bother you because I feel like you're your own best friend, pile number two. I'm hearing Me, Myself, and I by Beyonce. So you could be a Virgo or just have Virgo energy, okay? Let's see. What are people realizing about pile number two? It's something here about tea. People are realizing that you drink herbal teas, or people are realizing why you drink tea because it's healing. With the Ten of Swords, excuse me, give me a second. All right, I'm sorry. I had to clear my throat. My allergies been bothering me for the last couple of days, so I'm sorry about that. But anyways, with the Ten of Swords, it's like I feel like pile number two, you've had to go through a lot of like abusive connections in your life. And like it's made you rely more on yourself because you know that you can't really rely on other people, okay? And I feel like these people who have abused you, they're realizing their shortcomings. They're realizing that they didn't have to treat you like that, okay? And I'm really heavily, strongly getting like an ex is in regret because they're realizing like I treated that person so badly, and that person was one of the only people that was there for me. Like I feel like people have recognized how they've scarred you, pile number two. Like people are recognizing how they treated you in the past and it wasn't right. And now I feel like pile number two, you're somebody who stays out the way, you're MIA. Nobody knows what's going on in your life. That's why I was getting heavy 12th house energy. You're very private. Okay, that's what people are realizing. But they know it's the result of how they treated you. That's why I was saying like this pile reminded me of pile number one. So you may resonate with that, okay? But if not, it's okay. Oh, we have the Ace of Swords. So people are realizing that you're highly intellectual, highly intelligent, but you're also somebody who's very truthful. I feel like you've always told the truth to people, whether they liked it or not. And that's what people are realizing, that that truth came from love. Because when somebody really loves you, they're going to tell you the truth, even if you don't want to hear it. But people who don't really love you and care about you, they're going to be yes men. They're going to give you bad advice and tell you to do things that they know aren't healthy. You know, they're going to be enablers, but you weren't that type of person. Like, you told people the truth because you love them, and they're realizing this, okay? I feel like your ex wants you back, pile number two, you know, because I'm getting like an ex situation, but if this is like past friends and family, I feel like you don't even really associate with family, pile number two. You probably cut your family off or cut certain family members off, and they're realizing why. Okay. We got the Five of Pentacles. I feel like you've had to do a lot by yourself, pal number two. Like, you've had to do a lot on your own. So that's why you're used to being on your own. And you could be a little bit hyper independent. That's what people are realizing. You don't ask for help from other people. That's what they're realizing. And they know why you don't ask them for help. Okay. You get it on your own. Okay. And I feel like your spirit guides always make sure that you have what you need because they understand your circumstances, you know? I feel like people are realizing, power number two, that you don't talk as much. You don't talk a lot as much as you used to. That's what people are realizing. I feel like you save your conversations for people who can actually understand you. I don't think you like a lot of small talk, pile number two. That's what people are realizing. Like, you like conversations that are deep, invigorating, where you could learn something and then that other person could learn something from you. Like, pile number two, you're giving like somebody who's at a party drinking wine in the corner, and then you're talking to somebody about astrology or psychology or mental health, because I feel like you really have a knack for those things. You really like intellectual things, okay? But I feel like you believe strongly that we should have a balance between our logic and our intuition. Okay. So that's what people are realizing about you, that you've had to do a lot on your own. And if you have like parents that, you know, just weren't good parents, pound number two, they're realizing that. They're realizing that you've had to do a lot on your own. And they feel ashamed and embarrassed, because this could have been things like you went to your own graduation by yourself, or you went to your own awards ceremony by yourself, like things like that, where they should have been in the audience supporting you. Okay. That's what they're realizing. What are people realizing about pile number two? Ooh, Sagittarius. Okay, so again, truth. You are very truthful here, okay? That's what they're realizing. Libra, okay? So this is definitely an X, okay? But also, I did say that this has something to do with, oh, you already covered that. I was reading the card, y'all. I got a little bit confused, but yeah, this is definitely a relationship. But oh, this is what I was trying to say. Also, people are realizing just how beautiful you are, because the love that you give is very beautiful, and you're also very fair. That's what people are realizing, that you're very fair, because even when people didn't show up for you, it's like you were showing up for them, and that's not fair, you know? That's technically not fair, but it's just you don't move with hate in your heart. I feel like you give off like old soul vibes, pound number two. Like, you just understand a lot. That's why you don't really take offense to certain things, because you know why people are doing it, okay? You could be a therapist or want to be in that. Venus. Yeah, people are realizing that you are beautiful, okay? And I feel like people reminisce about you, pal number two. Like, they think about the times that they used to have with you, okay? But you're very loving. Like, you love people on such a deep level. Like, you could have Venus in your 12th house. And I know that, you know, I know that experience because I have it. And it's like when you love somebody, it is a spiritual experience, okay? And it's like people that don't have that in the 12th house don't always understand, because you love them from such a deep level, okay? Such a subconscious level as well. And it's a love that a lot of people don't get to experience, so it's hard for them to forget you, okay? That's what people are realizing, that you're unforgettable. In the 11th house. So these could have been friends, you know. or just people you were associated with here. And we have Jupiter, and Jupiter rules Sagittarius. So people are realizing that you're somebody who's very philosophical. You like to heal and grow and expand. You're somebody who's very much into self-development. You're into self-development and improving yourself. Leo. Okay, so people are realizing that you're very creative here. Okay. You're very creative. They're realizing that you can stand alone, and that's okay. Because the reason why I say that is because Aquarius represents like other people, and then Leo represents self. So it's like you're learning to appreciate yourself more and more. Okay. That's what people are realizing, that you are growing your confidence. Okay. Well, we have the eighth house and Pluto. Personal power. So people are realizing that, oh, it says the mysteries of life. So you're somebody who likes to investigate the mysteries of life. That's what people are realizing about you. Like pile number two, you definitely give off the vibe of like watching like They Clone Tyrone or Jordan Peele or The Twilight Zone or something where reality is not as it seems. Like I feel like that's your forte. Like you could be a writer and you might like to write like sci-fi or just, books that have to do with like things that we wouldn't consider normal, kind of like Alice in Wonderland, Matilda, things like that. That's your vibe, pal number two. And people are realizing that you have a magical energy. People are realizing that. I feel like you're also very connected to like literature. So like if you ever like notice certain like books come into your life when you need them, and then you read the book and you realize like, wow, I am in sync with this. Like it really does happen, trust me. What do people realize about pile number two? What are people realizing? With the standstill card, this card always indicates like a blockage. So I don't think you have this blockage necessarily, pile number two. I think that people are realizing that they're blocked from coming around you. Like they literally can't come around you because you're hidden. And I feel like people are looking for you. That's what they're realizing. Like, they're like, where is pal number two? But they're blocked. Like pal number one. Y'all like to block. But I get it because I'm the same way. The next card that we have is power. And literally, we have the Pluto card that talks about power, the eighth house that talks about, power and a major change. And then we have power. So people are realizing that you are a very powerful individual. Okay. I feel like you're very connected to your creativity. It's like you have a spiritual connection to creativity, to art, to music, to literature. Okay. You're very connected to like fine arts here. That's what people are realizing. Enlightenment. So some of you could also be like spiritual teachers here. And I feel like you may have a platform where you teach on, but you may not post on that platform like that. I feel like people love to hear from you because they know that your energy, your vibe is rare. It's limited edition. That's what people are realizing about you because when you post something, it's going to be very profound. You're not always going to post or you don't even always speak. I feel like you speak when you need to. Like when you get a download from spirit, you're going to post that for somebody, okay? Other than that, I feel like you're quiet. That's what people are realizing about you. You're very observant, okay? We have security. So that goes back to like me saying that like you wanting to protect your energy here. You are a person that is secure in yourself, and people are realizing that. So that's why you protect yourself from harmful energies and harmful people. You know that you can't just go around anybody, and you know that just anybody can't come around you. We have freedom, and then this other card literally. The 11th house, it says freedom. We have freedom twice. Sagittarius also is like freedom to me as well. So people are realizing that you're free spirited. You have your own beliefs. Power number two, you may not be somebody who's into like organized religions, and take what resonates here, but I'm getting that you have your own spiritual beliefs, the way you believe. You have your own philosophies. And I feel like they're philosophies that people really can resonate with. Okay. So keep putting that out there. We have community. So yeah, you may have a community. That's also what that 11th house could represent, like an online community, okay? That's what people are realizing. Like you have people that support you, okay? I feel like your online community like really loves you and supports you, and it shows because you had these abusive connections, and those people, like, even though you blocked them, I feel like they find other ways. So like if you're doing something like on YouTube, like it's kind of hard to block people sometimes because it doesn't function like a regular social media account. So it's like they can still see things you post. Like you could put it on Twitter, they'll find it. Things like that. Like you could have a website or something. And it's like whatever you do, you're helping a lot of people and you're getting a lot of love. And people are realizing that you are loved, even when they couldn't love you. Okay. That is powerful. You are very loved, pal number two. I know you may feel like you're the most hated, but you're not. You are very loved. We have success. So whatever you're doing, you're going to be successful. And people are realizing this. People are realizing that you're headed towards success. Nothing that they do or say can stop that or alter that, okay? We have courage. You had a lot of courage to put yourself out there in the first place. It takes a lot to put yourself out there on social media because a lot of people are judgmental and they're negative. So despite people disagreeing with your beliefs, it's like you still put yourself out there and it was successful because you have people that support you. You have fans, you have a community, okay? And then we have solitude. So this just goes back to you taking time for yourself. Like you take time for yourself. You post consistently, but you're not going to be a person to like post every single day. Like it might be like every 5 days or once a week. Like that's why I was saying, like, if you have an online audience, like they wait for you because they know you don't post like that. And they respect that here. Okay. I feel like you're respected. That's what people are realizing about you. Nothing that people can say can change fate. Okay. Nothing that they look, it's 333 on the clock. Wow. Confirmation. You know, your spirit guides got you. Pile number two. That's what people are realizing. I feel like learning yourself and staying to yourself, pile number two is going to attract like the right people because I feel like you have this audience online. These may be people who live far away from you, but you still reach them. But I feel like sometimes you do crave like-minded individuals around you, and you're going to have that. Okay, pile number two. Just give it some time and continue to be your best friend and your best self. We're going to move on to pile number three. Peace. So, pile number three, last but not least, what are people realizing about you? So, pile number three, you have such a gentle energy. Okay. Very gentle. And that's something that people are realizing about you. You're very gentle. You're not somebody that like is harsh. Like if somebody's coming to you about something and they know that they did wrong, you don't condemn people. That's what people are realizing. Like you aren't a judgmental type of person. Like you understand that people can make mistakes, and you understand the importance of giving people compassion and grace. Like you have discernment, so you're not just like agreeing with the bad things people do, but you're not punishing them for it either. Okay. And that's something that people appreciate about you. Okay. Like they know that they're not going to get judged. Okay. What are people realizing about my pile number three, spirits? The sun. You have a warm energy, pile number three. Warm. Like you literally light up people's world. Like when you come in the room, people feel like it's going to be a good day. Like somebody could be having a bad day, but when you come, It's like, oh, I know it's going to be a good day because this person, you're very lively, you're very fun. Okay, pile number 3. Mm. You have the King of Swords here. So while you do have that soft, gentle side to you, you also are somebody who is not naive. Okay. And if people, think you're naive, they learn the hard way. Okay, pile number 3. I feel like you do not play. Okay. You have that loving energy, but you also know how to check people. And that's what people are realizing. With the 3 of Wands and with, the 3 of Wands and the Star, people are realizing that, like, you're expanding your territory. So some of you could write poetry here. You could be a poet and your voice is really soothing. Okay. So you could do that, or you could do podcasts here. Okay. You have a very soothing voice. That's what people are realizing. But with that Star card and the Sun, you definitely have this beautiful bright light that cannot be missed or mistaken for anything else, pile number 3. That's what people are realizing about you. They're realizing that you shine so bright. And you're just such a chill and just an amazing person, pile number 3. I feel like people can't really find anything wrong with you. Like, they may try, but that's what people are realizing. Like, you're a genuine person. So it's like, what are you trying to look for the faults for? You may have people that do that to you, pile number 3, like, because you're so warm and loving, like, people can interpret that, oh, this person is fake, but you're not. You really are that. So that's what they're realizing. It's really actual kind people in the world, okay? But I feel like you are expanding something that you have created here, okay? The card that we have is new beginnings. So people are realizing that you have new beginnings coming into your life, okay? And I feel like it's because of this expansion. So you could be doing something in the public eye, okay? I feel like you are such a joy to be around. Pile number 3, don't take offense to this, but you have like a grandmother energy or a grandfather energy, even if you're young. And I'm not trying to say you're old or no, it's like, the wisdom and just the energy that our grandparents possess. It's like you have that energy, okay? You make people feel comforted in your presence. Like, you have that nurturing energy. Like, if somebody is telling you something, it's like their inner child feels safe with you, pile number 3. That's what people are realizing. Like, they feel safe to talk to you, okay? With diligence here, people are realizing that you take your time. Like, if you set a goal, you're going to accomplish that goal. And it doesn't matter how long it takes you, you're going to get there. And I feel like you go diligently. Like, you don't stress, you don't rush. I feel like pile number 3, you're somebody who's learned the laws of the universe. So, like, you may use like the law of the least effort or the law of assumption to like manifest things in your life. Okay. I feel like that's what you've been doing, taking risks. So I feel like people are realizing that you're doing different things. Like, you could have been somebody who was in school, but then you left school to try something else. Like, you take risks with your life, pal number 3. And not in a bad way. Like, you try out different things and see if it works. And if it doesn't, it's okay. Like, you're not hard on yourself about things not working out because you know that there's something better around the corner. So you're very optimistic, pal number 3. That's what people are realizing about you. The next card we have is trust. So people trust you with their emotions. Pile number 3. People trust you. They know that you're going to give them sound advice, I feel like people can have a conversation with you and feel so heavy. And then after the fact, they don't feel like that anymore. It's like you help to transmute the heaviness of other people's energy and make it lighter for them. With this fulfillment card, it's like you are doing the things that bring you fulfillment. And it's a lot of birds around. So I don't know if you see bird symbols or have a bird tattoo, pal number 3, but in these cards, it's a lot of birds popping up for you, okay? A lot. So your spirit guides, pal number 3, may communicate with you through birds, okay? But yeah, People see that you're doing something that makes you feel fulfilled. So if you're writing, writing makes you feel fulfilled, you know? The next card that we have is abundance. So people are realizing how abundant you are, but also people are realizing how much you share that abundance. Like you're not somebody who's hoarding your abundance or keeping it for yourself. Like you share with other people here. And that's what people are realizing, just how giving you are. With the voyage card, I feel like people are realizing that you've been on a spiritual journey, a spiritual quest of learning yourself and trying out new things. I feel like you experiment with food, you experiment with clothing, you experiment with your hair, and you really just live life to the fullest, pal number three. I feel like you've immersed yourself in this human experience to learn these lessons, and that's what people are realizing about you. We have illumination. So people are realizing that you have more discernment than they thought. Like I said, some people might think that you're naive because you have such a gentle energy, but you also have that balance of being sweet, but also knowing when to check somebody. Okay. So again, that's emphasized here. Okay. We have stillness. So this goes back to that gentle energy that you have. I feel like pile number three, you may be somebody who meditates or you encourage people to meditate, and this is something that people are realizing about you. With simplicity here, you don't make things more complicated than they need to be in your life. You're not going to stress over little things. I feel like you do things to make your anxiety decrease. You might even take like herbal vitamins, okay? Because I'm getting somebody who's into like holistic health. You may even be into like womb health and yoni wellness, things like that. Take what resonates. We have Saturn. So people are just recognizing how mature you are, okay? But also I feel like just because you're a gentle, and loving person, it's not easy for people to just come in your life. Like you have these limits, you can only hang out with a person for a little bit. Like you're not allowing people to be all up in your business. And I feel like that's something that people realize and they respect because they know that, you know, you're cut from a different cloth, pile number three. With the fifth house being here, didn't I say you were fun? It literally says fun here. You may have like a really strong connection with children. People may notice that like children really like you, children really trust you. You could be like a child counselor, like at a elementary school or something like that. Or you may be wanting to do that. And if you're in school, you may be like an early education major, something like that. Okay. The seventh house. So people are realizing that you're just a great partner. And if you have a child, people are realizing you're a great mother. Like you take really good care of people. So we have the South Node here. So people realize that once you move on from something, you're done. Like you're done. You're not one of those people that's going to keep reminiscing over the same things, or you know how some people will talk about the same person for years. And it's just like you are still on that. People are realizing that, you're somebody who knows how to leave the past in the past and go on with their life. Because I feel like you have so much to look forward to, pile number three. Like a lot of the good energy you put out into this world comes back. The fourth house. The fourth house deals with family. So you're definitely, you know, somebody who's family oriented, and that's what people are realizing. People also may realize that you have a very beautiful home. You may be very good at decorating the home, but also on this card it says as you did in the past. So you're good at leaving the past in the past, okay? So that is what people are realizing about you. And I have one more card. Aries, your willpower. So you have a lot of willpower. You have a lot of energy needed to achieve your goals and do the things that you want to do. People are realizing that. People are realizing that as your life shifts, you're shifting. It's like you become a new person. Sometimes people may feel like they have to meet you all over again, pile number three, because you're somebody who has these beautiful evolutions in life, okay? So thank you for coming to this reading. Peace.